What's up, Quarter Pounders? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Wave Potter, and today I have a very interesting request from Rabbi Rabbs. I'm going to be going through Kanami's pedalboard during the song Wonderland and breaking down what her pedals are doing during the song. But before that, I'm actually going to react to Wonderland, the official live video, because I have not heard the song yet, and I don't want to spoil the song while I'm watching the pedalboard video. So I'm going to do that, then I'm going to go through the video. I'm not going to show the video, but I'm going to go through it on BAND-MAID Prime, and every time she uses her pedalboard, I'm going to see what she's doing, and then I'll explain that. But obviously, I'm not going to play the video from BAND-MAID Prime over here, just using it as a reference to explain her pedalboard setup. Just a quick heads up, this is a reaction and analysis video, so I will be pausing, but if you just want to watch the original video, go support the original artist's channel. That said, if you're excited to see this, pound that like button, subscribe and ring that buddy bell, and if this is your first time here, I started playing drums when I was 2 years old. I went on to become a multi-instrumentalist and play in many bands, and now I like to make one-man band covers and watch other musicians play music, react, analyze, and break it down.
Break it down.
What a different sound. Man, Kanami's tone is thick. Can't wait to see what she's doing with it. Really cool how the bass and drums and guitar are all playing off of each other like this. Creating a really interesting foundation for Psyche's vocals here. It's so chill compared to a lot of BAND-MAID stuff, but again, they're showing their restraint, their musicianship, their ability to push down their egos and service the music when it's appropriate and keep it simple. Really love it. It's a nice groove, Kanami. Sweet slapping. Hold on, there are captions for this. Auto translate. There we go. All right, that should help. I'm gonna start this over so I know what the heck she's talking about. Oh, so there aren't any real captions built into this? Dang it. Okay, never mind. I don't think she starts the song talking about WinRAR. That's just a wild guess, but I don't think so. Anyway, I'll just let it play out again. Such an interesting sound on the guitar though. It's like kind of scratchy. Really epic opening where everything comes in. I just love this bounce. Psyche looked into the camera, that's pretty cool. I don't know what she's saying, but that was a very persuasive look just then. You know what I'm saying? Right there. Thanks. Better listen to it. Cool change up. Loved that. Phil. Triplets. One-handed triplets. Really cool. What a boss. What? So like Kanami and Miku are playing off of each other here, both doing some really interesting stuff on guitar. But Miku was just playing some really interesting notes. Reminds me of like something Death Cab for Cutie would do in the back of a song. Just, you know, not playing arpeggios up and down a scale, but actually like making weird noises that sound cool in the background. You gotta hear that again. Was that Miku or Kanami? It was so dark, but it was in my left ear, so I think it was Miku. That was cool. Cool use of breath. Wow. Psyche's falsetto. Sounds great. Watashi, I recognize that. Whoa, that fell. That was such a cool solo. So short and sweet like usual, but playing those notes so fast. And I just love the soundscape they create in this song. It's so different from any other BAND-MAID stuff I've heard. Misa's adding so much underneath, and it's like kind of simple sounding stuff, but it just really adds a lot to the soundscape. Like right there. That was such a cool fill too. Kane is a beast. Love the halftime shift. Oh, that's a great feel. Cool 8 on the floor pattern here. Love how Kanami was just rocking out at the end there. Okay, now on to the real point of this video. We're going to break down Kanami's effects board, and I'll do my best to explain exactly what each of the pedals she's pressing are doing. So thank you so much, Rabbi, for this request. This is really fun. I'm going to watch through this video. Obviously, I'm not going to show it here, but every time I see her press the pedal board, I'll pause, explain what she just did, and then explain the effect. And then maybe at the end, I'll go through the whole pedal board and kind of explain each pedal. Okay, this is a simple switch she just hit. It's just the boost switch because it's right before the guitar comes in with this little lead part. right there, she hit the boost. And I'll show you on this image. And I gotta say thank you to Glen Srigley for sending me the link to this image. You can see right here, this is the button she pressed. It's just the boost. It boosts the amp volume a little bit. And I would guess it could be connected to this pedal right here. This is the Friedman Buxom boost pedal, and it's a boost pedal. Basically, you put the EQ in you want, you put the amount of boost you want, and also this kind of tone thing. It says tight, but I guess that would determine how tight or loose the tone is, which is something that's hard to explain. You can only really understand it when you hear the difference. But anyway, since Kanami's pedal setup is so complex here, I would guess that this kind of controls everything based on how she has it, the presets. I would guess she's able to control all these pedals by what she presses on here. But we'll see. This is just the first time I've seen her press something. So, okay, so here she presses it again. So that time she pressed the crunch button. Whatever amp she's using has 3 channels. There's a clean channel, a crunch channel, and a drive. You can hear her crunch tone in the song during the verse. It's not quite like super distorted, but it is crunchy. It's not clean. So that's what she switched to here. And if my guess is correct, that may be triggering the OCD pedal, which, as you can see here, is an overdrive pedal. But it could also be just the channel on her amp. I'm not sure. It's too far away to tell, but that's what I would guess it's controlling. And again, overdrive just kind of, it boosts the signal coming from the guitar into your amp and pushes the tubes a little more, gets more of that drive and harmonic tones out of your amp. Okay, so there she pressed the button again, and that is the third. It's right next to the crunch button. That's her drive button, like I showed you here. And I'm guessing that is gonna be driving the actual amp she's playing into, because I see an overdrive pedal here. I don't see a distortion pedal, but her amp, she uses, I think it's a dual rectifier by Mesa, could be a triple rec. I'm guessing that's what just kicked in here with the drive. And actually, now that I think about it, that makes sense, because those amps have 3 channels. The clean, the crunch, the drive. So this is probably switching her amp channels and not the pedals like I was thinking before. But this looks so fancy, I would guess it's a combination of both, because this isn't a regular Mesa Boogie amp MIDI switchboard or switch pedal. It looks like it's controlling more than just the amp. Okay, and then right into the chorus, after doing that little riff on the drive, then she clicks the one next to that, which is the heart button. And I'm guessing, from what I could hear, it made the tone super thick, and I would guess it might be activating a combination of these 3 pedals. Here we have a chorus pedal. It's the Eventide H9 Harmonizer guitar multi-effects pedal, and it duplicates the guitar sound, does a little bit of modulation and effect on it, and then plays it alongside the dry signal. I'm sure it has any combination of things you could think of. Here you see examples. It's got chorus, tremolo, delay, echo, all these different effects built in. And a chorus effect, like I just explained, it takes your sound, manipulates it, and then plays it in multiple different ways all together to make it sound thick. And I guess harmonizer is a better way to describe that. But then there's also the free the tone flight time digital delay, which is this yellow one here, and this Eventide time factor delay pedal. It's interesting she has 2 delay pedals right next to each other. I'm sure she uses them in very interesting combinations. And this isn't the exact same layout as her pedal board in this video. I mean, you see different pedals than the ones in this picture. Yeah, so they're not exactly the same. This decimator pedal, this is a noise gate. She has that moved over here now in this video. This pedal, I'm not exactly sure what it is, and I don't see it in this close-up. But anyway, let's get back to this. So for the second verse, she goes back to the crunch setting. And again, right before the chorus, she goes to the drive setting. But this time, for the chorus, she doesn't press the love button like before. She just has it on the drive setting. So that's interesting. I see the light on this pedal right here. I actually had to rotate the image to figure out what it was because it's upside down. It's the Cornish OC1. Pete Cornish OC1. It is an optical compressor for guitar. So compressor, again, takes the volume of the signal, smashes down the peak peaks, so everything's kind of the same volume. Takes the transients out of the tone, but also gives it a nice even sound. So this is something you need to use balanced, because you could suck all of the dynamic out of your tone if you overuse it. But it's also very important for something to have presence in a mix, because if you don't compress it, you'll hear the transients, but everything else will be very quiet. Or the transients will be too loud if you have everything else at a decent volume. I'm very curious what's different about this compressor though. It features a minimized 2-stage audio signal path, input buffer and output makeup gain. This ensures no change to frequency response, no distortion, and the absolute minimum of added noise. That's really interesting. That can be a problem when you're compressing, because the higher you boost the signal, the more the little amount of noise that you would normally never hear gets boosted. But this is very interesting. And I just gotta say, Kanami's pedalboard setup here, I think Rabbs described it very well. Cockpit avionics, because this is a way more complicated pedalboard setup than I would ever use or ever have used. I keep my setup pretty simple, and now that I use the Spark, I don't really have a need for a pedalboard like this, but this is still very fascinating. Oh, she's back on the love button again. I noticed during that chorus that she has a tuner right here, which is very convenient to always have a visible tuner in your pedalboard. And then she pressed the solo button finally, which means that boosts the signal even more than the regular boost button does when it's time for a solo. Because when you're playing live, you can't mix it in post like you would for a normal song to make the guitar louder for the solo. So this boosts the signal coming from the amp so you can hear the guitar solo. And then it's back to the love button. I would love to hear just the guitar for this chorus so I could pick apart the tone more and speculate more on which pedals she's activating here. But hopefully I've given decent explanations of each pedal. One last thing I will say, she's got 2 of these Digitech drop pedals, which are octave pedals or pitch changing pedals. Here you can see one up close. Like the chorus, it takes your signal, doubles it, and then changes the pitch of that one. Or you can turn off your dry sound and just have that pitch adjusted sound. This little one that says EP Booster by Exotic, and this has been used by Eric Johnson, Jimmy Page, Eddie Van Halen. I guess it's a preamp Exotic effects pedal. So it's basically another boost. Provides up to 20 decibels of unadulterated boost with multi-dimensional shimmering highs and lows and no ear fatigue. Very cool. Well, thank you Rabbi Rabbs for making this request, but that's where I'm going to wrap it up. Again, thank you to all of my patrons for making these videos possible. If you want your own requests, you can join my Patreon or go to my website below and I'll make the video that you want me to make. So anyway, that's where I'm going to wrap it up. Thanks again, and I'll talk to you next time.
I don't know if I can take this place.